Right, just setting up an FT-225RD, which is the 2 metre all mode that Yaesu put out a few years back. Probably one of their best. I love this unit. It's you could buy the 225RD, the 625RD. Not sure they ever made a 70cm one, unfortunately. I don't think they did. But certainly the 625 and the 225 set so nicely against the FT-901 series. You know, very similar styling, very similar sort of badging, etc. And they're a nice radio. Now we haven't fired this one up for a little while, so it'd be interesting just to see exactly what we're getting out of it. Just thought we'd have a little look at power output on. I need three hands for this to some extent. On the 225RD, they had a tune control where over the 4 meg coverage you actually could tune to peak. So pretty much when I'm tuning, I already know where the peaks are, so I've sort of set it. But we'll just have a bit of a look and see if anything's changed. Okay, so about 19 watts there of transmit power on sideband. Sorry, FM, get it right. And let's just have a look on sideband, see what we're doing. Hello, 1 2 1 2 3 4. Yeah, that's 27 odd watts. Not too bad. And that's tuned at its peak there. So as we go up to, let's say, 147, that'll drop down until we retune it. Hello, 1 2. Not by much, but if I go to FM and just do a quick sort of tune, I've got three hands here, but you'll see that we can. Oh, hang on, sorry. I need my extra hand. Hang on, 2 ticks. Right, just to show that you don't need an actual power meter to do this. Oh, hang on. If I just turn my tune control, notice how that drops back a bit. So you're looking for the peak of the meter there, which of course equals the peak of the power output there. And as you can see, it doesn't vary by much, only a couple of watts or so. When I switched it into AM before, by the way, they do lower the power for AM. So if I go to AM there, as you'll notice, you know, they've 5 to 10 watts AM. FM sort of jumps up to nearly 20 watts, and sideband, if I just come around, we'll get 1 2. Hello. 22 watts on the top end and 27 watts on the bottom end, which is probably where you want the power to be fair. Be nice to sort of go there. Sorry. If I go to 146 in the middle and go to FM, I'm just curious just to see. Oh, actually, we need to tune that a little bit. Hang about. Yeah, see, that's on FM, about 18.9 in the middle, 19 watts, let's call it, in the middle. Okay, so back to 144.1, where most of us sideband guys like it. Now the 1.5 kc up there, lower side differential for lower side. Let me just bring that up there. And I'm just going to try and 1 2 1 2 1 2. Well, we can hear them there, but let's go to good old double sideband and just see if we can resolve that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Still a little bit off. Sorry, I'm doing this with 2 hands. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, so that's percolating nicely on sideband. Nice drive, actually. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Very nice drive. The other thing about these was that if I just turn my volume down over here, otherwise we're going to get blasted out. Right, the other thing too on these, which was kind of nice, was if you were wanting to do a bit of repeater operation, so let's say 147, 225. Let's go to 225, which is a local repeater up here. Now I'm on dummy load, so we're not actually going to hear it at the moment, for lack of an antenna as well. Right, I'm in my second workshop, which we've got to get a few more antennas into. But of course, if I go to FM, sorry, would help, and basically repeater normal, so it's going to choose the 600 plus split. Don't make a liar of me. 600 plus split, which is fine, and just a little bit, yeah, a little bit sort of. Probably about 0.9 off where it should be there, so we might just calibrate that quickly. The other thing with any of these older radios, the counter deoxit, if I go on a sideband, I don't think this one was too bad, but oh, a little bit. Hear that scratchiness? All right. So this is the typical situation where I had to go up the shed to get this because we just ran out of Deoxit out in the other workshop, and I've got to be honest with you, the old Deoxit D5. I normally have one up here, one down there, and we actually ran out. Well, we ran out in the shed. I went and stole the one from here, and then tonight I realised, I thought my Deoxit's sitting up in the shed, and I thought, oh, beautiful, righto. Anyway, some more's on order. I just ordered it just before, so always remember, don't skimp on the Mike's right from Mike's CB radios. He's so right. Deoxit D5, seriously, great stuff. And in this case, we'll just have a quick look. Well, so with our can of Deoxit, I've already done it, but I'll just show you what we've done. We've gone in there, sprayed and turned at the same time, so we've basically sprayed the control. Only short bursts of it, doesn't need to be flooded with the stuff, especially at $40 a can. You're really welcome to Australia, Mike. Yeah, it's a bit dear over here. Yeah, it's good stuff. Any chance of there being even a remote, yeah, it's so much smoother, and just you can feel it there, and it is just absolutely just beautiful. We did normally pick up this sound of, yeah, no crackle, no pops, no nothing. Yeah, okay, so pretty easy to do. And just a quick comment of what I didn't show you. When we're in there, the other thing we do is tend to spray band selectors, mode selectors, anything that's got a select on it. Even the VFO memory, this sort of stuff. They can get a little bit notchy and a little bit funny. And to some extent, be a little bit careful, well, not careful, I suppose tolerant of the fact that some of these radios are getting on a little bit now, so they're going to have the odd little thing that can be a little bit tricky at times. Most of us that know these radios, sort of play with them all the time. We're used to different things where we basically can do that, and we'll go look at that, you'll find on some of these older radios you'll start to get just a little bit of a situation where sometimes they won't engage 100%. Wouldn't be too worried about it. Had them doing these sort of things for years, and that example of that just is about the best you're going to get without trying to find new band selectors, new mode selectors, etc. So regular cleaning of them does help, that's for sure. But a lot of the compromise with some of the older radios, I mean, the quality of the receiver is just incredible. They really do hear down in the noise, and I suppose that's really where we're heading next, is just a quick look at the receiver. Not bad. I mean, that's sitting about 0.5 of a microvolt. As we bring that up, we can sort of obviously come up quite a bit and quite flood it with quite a bit of signal. And yeah, no, that's hearing quite well actually. And down to nothing there. Yeah, look, I'm happy with that. It's not too bad actually. The older sets tend to do this, and I'll just turn that off. The older sets tend to do this on receive. They're extremely sensitive on receive. Some people would say at the expense of some filtering, but I haven't found that to be the case on a lot of the 2 meter ones. Maybe on 6 there was a couple of issues there maybe, but on the 2 they seem to be pretty solid. So anyway, that's the FT-225RD. I thought we'd just do a little bit of a run through what they do and how they do it. The rest of the control system on it's fairly basic. Repeater operation, obviously, I think we showed that, but I was going to suggest there's a mod for these where you can actually put a tone board in and have CT CSS, so for repeater access, etc. The old tone burst system is of course on there, but not in use in too many repeaters these days. Yeah, no, they're not bad at all these things. All right, well, it's been nice having a bit of a play and knock around with one of these things. Certainly good old radio. And if you do own a 901, I'll tell you what, that's my setup. I've got a 901DM with 225 and 625 and a few other bits and pieces in that lineup, and they really do match it nicely. Okay, 73s from VK3CM. All the best.